Cyberpunk 2077 is finally launched after almost 3 years in early access, and it's paid dividends seeing how they improved almost every aspect of the game, and the game is so much more fun when compared to its release date. But this video is more focused on the graphical update, more specifically, ray reconstruction. There are trillions of videos out there explaining what DLSS 3.5 and ray reconstructions are, so I won't get into the nitty-gritty, nor am I able to. But here is the long story super short since it is important to know what ray reconstruction is for this video. Just before the launch of Cyberpunk 2.0 and Phantom Liberty, Nvidia announced the release of DLSS 3.5 alongside it. Ray reconstruction is a part of DLSS 3.5 which promises to enhance visual fidelity of ray tracing with things like more accurate shadow casts and more detailed reflection. They are achieving this through replacing the original denoiser with an AI-powered denoiser. So to sum it all up in English language, Nvidia and CD Projekt Red made a better filter for ray tracing so Cyberpunk 2077 in ray tracing looks better. This is gargantuan, seeing how it could realistically tackle a lot of the artifacts from the original ray tracing. Like, dude, those fucking little spots is so distracting. So those are from the ray trace reflection that I enabled. So if I turn that off right now, I think you would not see it anymore. See? I'll admit it. I'm the kind of gamer who views graphic fidelity almost as importantly as the gameplay. When you have a fucked up hairline and forehead like this, you tend to look for prettier things in the virtual realm that is not reflection in your Except, you cannot turn this feature on unless path tracing is turned on. Only a selective few can actually play the video game with this setting turned on because we all know how it slays even the RTX 4090. But there's gotta be another way. In my mind, ray reconstruction is just a tag that replaces an integral part of ray tracing with a newer version of the same part. Even if Cyberpunk tries to gray out the option for ray reconstruction until path tracing is turned on, I could just edit the user config file and make it read-only to assert dominance over CDPR. And I might just be right. Let's kick things off by jumping into the baked-in benchmark 2 to see if there's any graphical change that jumps out. There wasn't really anything noteworthy until the camera got to the position that pointed towards this fence right here. One of the big things for ray reconstruction is how it should be able to preserve more detail on surfaces and thin geometries. Yet, notice how the wire in this fence with ray reconstruction on actually looks more blurry versus ray reconstruction off. So this is a weird occurrence to me and might just indicate some of the reasons why ray reconstruction is not available for ray tracing officially just yet. But then we get to the big showcase for ray reconstruction here and oh my god! I don't think I need to add much here because it probably is still plain to see even through my crappy recordings and YouTube compression. Still, to point out the obvious here with ray reconstruction on, the metallic door preserved all the surface detail with proper highlights, while the others looking... not sure how to describe that. The floor texture is also now visible and reacts properly to the neon light above with ray reconstruction on, while the other has lost all detail on the floor and is very sparsely lit. So in this shot overall, with ray reconstruction on, everything looks much clearer and makes more sense with the given lighting condition. We now get out of the club to look at the puddle outside, my favorite form of water in any video games. We can now almost confirm that ray reconstruction is in full effect after the config file tweak with how much clearer the reflection in this puddle looks. The tile edges on the streets also look much more defined. The small objects to the side also gained more defined and darker contact shadow. All of these ray reconstruction wins align pretty well with the press release from Nvidia earlier. To top things off, we can even partially replicate the visual artifacts on the trees at the end of the benchmark here that was also seen in Gamer Nexus video. What I can say with 100% certainty that ray reconstruction is fully functional here since I have no clue what is happening behind the scene exactly. I think there are enough findings to suggest that ray reconstruction is heavily influencing the ray tracing image quality. Okay, if it works, why grayed out? Many outlets are reporting numerous visual artifacts that come along with ray reconstruction, and those same artifacts are only getting intensified here. Not to mention, on my PC with Digital Foundry's optimized settings and this ray tracing setting, I'm seeing my average FPS dropped from 83 FPS to 74 FPS on 1440p with DLSS on balanced mode in this baked-in benchmark too. Just to clarify again, this is not the intended way for ray reconstruction to be used, and because of that, I won't really dive too deep into the visual artifacts and the performance of it. But I'm hella excited for ray reconstruction, seeing how in some situations, it works like magic because it's somehow enhancing the graphic noticeably without needing more powerful hardware. And it is confirmed that ray reconstruction will be coming to ray tracing.
What about using ray reconstruction for singular effects? Is that a practical thing?
My opinion is that it works pretty well because actually it's much easier to do it for, for easier settings.
I'll be playing Phantom Liberty live on Twitch on day one like a normal human, and no, I'm not mad at reviewers who get to play the game much earlier than me. And subscribe here for more videos like this.